Hello, welcome. Another update, and this is probably should be the last update I'm shooting this year. It will definitely be the last update I'm uploading this year. So, for anyone who's watching, I hope you have a wonderful new year, and I hope 2019 was good for you, and hope that 2020 will be even better for you. I got that out of the way. Big stack of vinyl. Today I picked up 11 records at a thrift store, $1 each, and I already had a little handful of records to show. So let's get cracking. First up, two 7 inches. First up, two 7 inches. First up. No, that's not a good sentence. First, a couple of 7 inches. Here is Stevie Wonder's Another Star and Creeping. This is the Dutch version on Motown. See some Dutch info on the back. You gotta pick up Stevie. You gotta. And the second 7 inch that I have is a one that's part of the Paradiso Vinyl Club. And that's this one. This is Brass Rave Unit with Dedication and Turbulence. The Brass Rave Unit, basically what it says. It's brass music, but it's also rave music. So it's kind of like a weird mixture. It's a limited edition copy number 78. Some of the guys it's actually two guys, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's three guys. It's drums, sax, and trumpet. I think two of these guys still are in Jungle by Night, which is one of my favorite Dutch groups. And they're a funky little Afro type brass jazz thing. Anyway, this is an offshoot from that, and I haven't listened to it yet, but it should be interesting. Now on to the records. First up, a 12-inch. And I'm going to repeat myself again and again. I don't collect 12 inches. But if they're interesting enough, I'll pick them up. This is interesting because it's on celluloid records, and I kind of pick up everything that I see by them. And it's called DST with a track called Crazy Cuts. DST stands for, features Grandmaster DST, Bernard Fowler, Bill Laswell, Michael Beinhorn, Daniel Pons, Nikki Skopolitis, and the Chops Horn section is on here. So I don't know what this is. I haven't listened to it yet. But it should be weird. Probably. Well, the first four LPs that I'm going to show you are not from today, but they're interesting enough. This is George Benson with his In Concert at Carnegie Hall record, which is on the wonderful CTI. There's no info on who's here except it says Hubert Laws. I don't know, this might be the UK version. But it's CTI and it's George Benson, and I love that. That's a great combi. Stanley Clarke, this is Modern Man, which comes in its original inner sleeve, and it's on Epic, 1978. Some fusion, probably. I'm not going to look at who's on here as well, except it features Jeff Beck and Dee Dee Bridgewater, so it should be interesting. Then I picked up this because I've heard a lot about it. This is Baden Powell or Baden Powell I don't know. He's a Portuguese musician and basically does bossa nova, Brazilian classical Brazilian music, I think. And this is a compilation on the French Barclay label. Has no title, but I picked it up anyway. And the last record I picked up is this one, another George Benson record. This is In Flight, and it's a gatefold, water damage as well. I don't know what's on here. The World is a Ghetto is on here. Harvey Mason is on here as well. Ralph McDonald. 1977 on Warner. Now everything I show you now is actually from today. We're going to start off, and I have to look through them because I haven't arranged them, with two oddities. And I'm definitely gonna know that Value Vinyl is gonna go like, wow, I want those. You ain't getting them. This is Moog Party Time, or Moog Party Time, the new exciting sound of the Moog synthesizer. It talks a little bit on what's Moog, and what you got on here is, here we are, this is the Contour label, and it features Popcorn, obviously, and a lot of tracks I don't know. So I don't know who's responsible for this, who the musician is on here. It doesn't say. But Discogs will probably enlighten me. But it's Moog, and I always try to pick up Moog when I see it. Not that I always like it, by the way. Another one on the Contour label. Just showing it, like, see? It's on the Contour label. This is another Moog record. This is for the Romantic Nights. Because Romantic Moog, featuring the sensational sound of the Moog synthesizer. My Sharia Moore is on here. Love is a Many Splendor Ting. Lara's theme from Dr. Zhivago. What the World Needs Now is Love. 1974. We'll see if it's any good. What else have we got that I can show you guys? Well, it's a lot of interesting stuff. This is something that, well, is interesting. This is Wild Cherry, I believe their self-titled debut album from 1976 on Epic. Yeah, this one features played at funky music. And I always thought they were a cheesy disco band like Casey and the Sunshine Band, but actually they are supposedly very funky. So, yeah, had to pick this up for $1. Yes. A lot of everything. Yeah, let's do this one. This is Teddy Pendergrass. I think it's called TP. Can I be wrong with that? It's got the original inner sleeve. And yeah, it's called TP. It's from 1980 on Philadelphia Records. I see Teddy Pendergrass a lot on Instagram. So, giving it a shot. This was an interesting record. Dusty as hell. I cleaned it. This is Lawrence Hilton Jacobs with All the Way Love. On MCA from 1979. It's this cool 80s or 70s MCA label. No idea what this is. No idea. But it looks interesting. Might be shit, but it was $1. So had to pick that up. Then I have this one. This is Debbie Jackson with Reaction. This is probably one of the lesser known Jackson family members because it is one of the Jacksons. Rebby Jackson and Tito Jackson are on here as well musically. Ernie Watts. I have no clue. But Debbie Watson, and this is on CBS, 1986. The Forgotten Sister? I have no clue. She is family though, but which part of the family she is, I have no clue. Some more 80s soul. Smokey Robinson. This is One Heartbeat. Excuse me. Comes in its lyric inner sleeve. It's on Motown. 1987. Just taking a gamble here because I like his stuff, but I know it's kind of corny and cheesy and not good always. So we'll see. So that's Smokey. Then we got this one. This is Alexander O'Neal. 1987. It's on Taboo. It's got its original inner sleeve. There, it's on Taboo. It's produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. It features Criticize and Fake. Those were big, big hits. And Never Knew Love Like This. So this should be actually really good. Alexander O'Neal. This was a cool find. I thought this was a 12-inch or something, but this is Earth, Wind and Fire with Touch the World. This one is from 87, and it's upside down. I've never seen any Earth, Wind and Fire from the late 80s. It's on CBS. It probably is not that great compared to their 70s output, but hey, I just had to pick this up. And the last two are funky, like funky. We're gonna do this one first. This is Chaka-Chas with Jungle Fever. The Dutch pressing on Polydor. I saw this, I was like, okay, this is one of those Latin groups. Not Latin, but you know what I mean. And then I thought like, oh, wait a minute, Jungle Fever. That's an amazing track. It's the complete album. A lot of these are done by, I think, Nico Gomez, who has released an album that's very, very collectible and very, very funky, but you don't see it. But I had to pick Chaka-Chas up, definitely. So that's a cool find. This is from 1970 something, 73, 74. And the last one, Sleeve is Beaten to Hell. James Brown, Live at the Apollo, Volume 1. Also on Polydor. No idea what year this is from. It's a German pressing, I think, or no, it's not. No, it's Dutch pressing. But I just had to pick this up. The album is in decent shape, let's just say that. James Brown for $1. That's it. That's my update. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you next year. Bye-bye.